What's up? This is yours truly, Mike Posner. Just got off stage from the Believe tour in Boston. I want to thank Romeo. Saturday night online. I'm going to answer some of your questions right now. And thank you so much for having me on. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Romeo. Let's get it started. Alright. For my questions. First question is from Vanessa from Mays Landing, New Jersey. What's your favorite part about being on tour with Justin? Man, probably my favorite part is my time on stage. Maybe, obviously, it's like an absolute blast. I can't explain the feeling it is to be on stage and have that many people like support me and know the words to my song. So I definitely am really, really grateful for that. I think maybe you wanted to know what it's like touring with Justin. My Belieber radar is pinging for you, Vanessa. But Justin's an awesome kid, so he's fun to tour with. We've pranked each other on this tour, but he's just a really good friend of mine. So I'm happy to spend time with him and rock shows with him. Second question, Emily from Inglewood, California. Do you pull pranks on people? If yes, what was the funniest prank you pulled and who was it on? Okay, so in Indianapolis, me and Bieber had a bit of a prank war. It wasn't a war, a prank battle. Let's call it what it was. Uh, I was performing my second song and I felt something touch my arm. I looked back and Justin is on stage and he's got this big like mannequin that they like practice CPR on, I think. And he's dancing around with it during my set, so he pranked me. So now I'm thinking, I'm gonna get him back. Watch. So Justin comes out, he changes outfits during his show, and in the middle of his show, I came out wearing his first outfit that he had changed out of. I was dressed up just like him, same glasses, everything, and I had the mannequin with him. I was sitting on top of his piano, and he was like, "What?" So that was probably the best, most elaborate prank. So shout outs to everybody on the Bieber team to help me prank their boss. Kaylee from Tucson. Do you ever get tired of going place to place when you go on tour? Um, every once in a while. I mean, everybody gets tired some days, so you rest those days. But for the most part, I really love touring. I love being able to see different places, meet different people, try different foods, and I just try to use it as a learning experience. I know a lot of people don't get to even leave like their hometown, so I feel really blessed that I get to go not only to different cities in the States but also other countries, and I just try to soak it in and learn as much as I can, be inspired. So I'm grateful and I love my life. And to answer your question, Melanie from Houston, Texas. How does it feel when you're performing and your fans are screaming and singing along? There is nothing like that, Melanie. I can't explain what it's like to have a dream in your head and then be in it in real life. So that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm in the middle of one of my dreams, but it's better than a dream because it's real. Shelly from Steamboat Springs, Colorado. The best part being me. What is the best part of being? What is the best part about being you? She asked. I don't know. My life is like really amazing. I'm so blessed. I have the best friends, the best team to help me get my dreams and my vision out and my shows and make them shows good. And of course, the best family, greatest parents, sister in the world, cousins. So I have no shortage of things to be grateful for. So I guess like I'm living my dreams. So I guess that's the best part. I don't know. I said a lot of things. Sorry, I don't know if that answered your question. Sarah from Kingsville, Texas. Do you ever think people just want to be your friend because you're famous? Well, I don't really feel famous. I kind of feel like a normal kid still from Michigan that just got lucky. And, well, not lucky, but just, is very fortunate. So, I guess every once in a while you meet people that you kind of see through that don't have good intentions. But for the most part, I like to focus my attention on the good people that I do have in my life and focus on being grateful for them. Kimberly from, I'm not sure how to say this, Kuwait. What are your usual pastimes when you're bored? I read. I'm in like the middle of a bunch of books right now and stuff. Play guitar. Well, I'm learning to play guitar. I'm on tour with Hashel Ray right now, so Nash has been teaching me guitar. Play piano. Write songs. Play frisbee. What else do I do? It's pretty much all. Sometimes I listen to books on audio too. It's like reading for lazy people. What city has been the loudest? Jennifer from Denver, Colorado. What city has been the loudest for you on the Believe tour? That's a tough question, but Denver probably was. It's funny that she's from Denver. She probably was at the show and knew it was really loud. But Denver was like definitely one of the louder cities. I think like it was a maybe tie between like Denver, Philly, Columbus, Cleveland. They were all really loud, man. I don't know. It's hard to answer. I know all the ones I didn't just name are gonna be mad, but literally every show has been crazy. Maria from Mexico. International question. If you had to eat only one thing for the next 5 years, what would it be? Cashews. I love cashews. Easy question. Beck from Galway, Ireland. What song is your guilty pleasure? You're Beautiful by James Blunt. Love that song. Sophie from Port Washington, New York. What was it like working with Sammy Adams? So Sammy Adams and I did a song called LA Story. That's out now in the video. We just finished the video. It just came out. And Sammy's another one of those people that's just a friend first. You know, he's a really good person, and we're like homies first, so we text all the time, even if it's not about music. Just check on each other, make sure the other guy's good. And so it's a lot different when you work with somebody like that. You just, you really want to put your heart and your all into it because you care about, if that person does well, because they're your boy. Lauren from Sewell, New Jersey. If music wasn't your career, what do you think you'd be doing instead? I don't know. I think things happen for a reason, and it might sound weird, but I think I was meant to do this. I don't think I was supposed to do anything except make music. I think that's why God made me good at writing songs. So, but one thing I do when I was really little, I wanted to be an astronaut. I don't know if that answers your question. David from Kingman, Indiana. What's your favorite song of all time? Woo! Hard question. Some of my favorites include A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. I don't know if it's officially called Change Gonna Come or Change Gonna Come. I really love, there's a remix to Mr. Brightside, the Thin White Duke remix to Mr. Brightside by The Killers, incredible. Human by The Killers is one of my favorite. Oh Love by Eric Clapton is one of my favorites. I know I'm blanking on some, but I have a lot of favorites. Juicy by Biggie. Man, there's so many. I know there's an Outkast song that I really love. Oh, Spodie Odie Dopalicious by Outkast. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Ashley from Lincoln, Michigan. Oh, what up? Mitten in the house. What do you do to pass the time on all your flights? Flights are the time I use a lot of that time to write songs in my notebook. Listen to music, be inspired, listen to books, read books, sometimes I meditate on the plane. Tina from Chicago, Illinois. How did you write Cooler to Me? With a pen? No, I'm just kidding. How did you write Cooler to Me? Was there someone in particular you were thinking of, and where do you draw your inspiration from? I think, any artist, whether it be someone that works in films, painter, novelist, songwriter, they all draw inspiration from real life. And somehow these people are able to see beauty in something special and something worthy of a song in what appears normal to other people. So Cooler to Me is about girls at my college, Duke, that just thought they were better than everybody else, wouldn't give guys the time of day. So I, took that piece of real life and created some art around it. Isabella from OKC. Who inspires you? Well, I kind of tied into the last question. I'm just mostly inspired by real life, I watch a lot of documentaries. So many people inspire me, I watched this documentary on Terry Fox, a guy that got cancer, and I think he got cancer, and he lost his leg, and then he with his fake leg, he ran across Canada to raise money for cancer. Like, that inspires me. Things like that inspire me. Olivia from Vancouver. What's the best advice for someone who's trying to make their dreams come true? Follow your heart and your gut. And on stage every night at the Believe Tour, I always say that if you believe, you work hard, and you smile, there's nothing you can't accomplish. On another thing I always say, I try to live by this, is my smiles don't result from good things. They result in good things. So don't wait for something to happen for you to be happy about. Just be happy, and then good things tend to flow to you and attract themselves to you. Christina from Cleveland, Ohio. What's your favorite thing about performing? I guess performing is kind of like meditating in a way, because it's one time in my life where I'm totally in the present. I'm not worried about the future or the past. And so I really enjoy that, being absolutely in the moment. Justine from Vegas. Do you want to get married and have kids? I definitely do want to get married and have kids. Not yet though. A couple years. Maria from Colorado Springs. When can we expect? What can we expect from your next tour? For my next tour, you'll definitely be able to expect inspiration. My whole goal every time I make a song or I go on stage is to leave the people that heard my music or saw my show with the feeling that they could do anything. Because I really believe that anyone can do anything as long as they believe in themselves. And hopefully when you see this normal kid from the Midwest that's living his dreams, you'll understand that your dreams aren't so far away, because I'm not so different than you. Jess from Davie, Florida. What's your greatest achievement? I think my greatest achievement, I learned this from Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer is like a spiritual teacher. And someone asked him this question, what's your greatest achievement? And he started thinking about how many times he'd been on the Today Show and all these things. And then he realized that his greatest achievement was his ability to realize that he's not his achievements. That no matter how many people say you're good or how many records you sold, you're just yourself. And you're separate from all those things, and your life exists in this moment right now. Emily from Brownsburg, Iowa. What's your favorite movie? Woo! It used to be Donnie Darko, but it's like a little dark. I don't really like it that much anymore. I just watched a movie today, called Jeff Who Lives at Home. I don't know if it's my favorite movie ever, but it is really amazing. I recommend it. Chelsea from East Haven, Connecticut. What's your favorite part about writing a song? Finishing it. Yeah, when you get the good parts and you know they're right, that's the best part. Do you have a special place to be when you're writing a song, or some sort of habit while writing a song? No, I think that's the cool part about writing songs. You can be inspired by anything. So a song can happen for me in the middle of the night walking on the sidewalk in New York City. It can happen during a jog along the river in Chicago. It can happen in my bed in LA. It can happen on an airplane on the way to Detroit from LA. It can happen anywhere. And I think that's what's what makes them special. Because usually when you look back, when I look back on my albums or my mixtapes, I can remember where I was when I wrote each of those songs. And so it's kind of cool. It's almost like looking back at a photo album or something like that. Gina from Greenville, North Cackalack. If you could change one thing about your life, what would it be and why? I definitely would not change nothing about my life. I have it incredibly good. I thought about that last time I was home. I was at my mom's house. My dad was upstairs. My mom was reading her book, and I was just playing piano at home, and I just thought, I have everything. Dot from Denver, Colorado. What do you love most about your career? Oh, man. That's a tough question. I think I mostly enjoy, like, working with the people that I get to work with. People like Kevin Lyles, my other manager, Pat Klein. And turning something from an idea or a page in my notebook into a real thing. Like turning an idea for an album or concept into a real album. Or an idea for a charity into a real charity that really helps people. Like, I love taking something from in here and then seeing it with my eyes. It's very cool, taking it from behind your eyes to in front of your eyes. Henry from Hayward, California. Who's your biggest celebrity crush? Oh man, I don't know. I don't have like a TV or anything. I don't really keep up with like a lot of celebrities I don't even know. Sometimes I meet them and they like expect me to know who they are. I'll meet them and I'll be like, hey, I'm Mike, and they won't say their name because they'll assume I know who they are, but I won't know. Allison from Sacramento, California. Where does your style come from? I think part of the inspiration of my style comes from my background. I went to Duke University, so there's definitely like a bit of collegiate like inspiration twist on it. And then, like I pick up a lot of I make a lot of necklaces. I like jewelry like this. This necklace I made here. If you can see that, I made this necklace. I love like stone. I love turquoise. I love jade. And I work with a wonderful stylist named David Royer. He's incredible. So me and him are like a team. Would you ever write a song with a fan? Says Sydney from Groveport, Ohio. If the fan was really dope at songwriting. Kathy from Denver, Colorado. What's your favorite backstage snack? I eat this bread called wasa bread. It's really good for you, I'm told. Doesn't mess with my voice at all. Dairy's like real bad for your voice right before a show. So that and water. A lot of water. And last question, Lynn from Indianapolis, Indiana. What's your number one piece of advice for all of your fans? I think I said it earlier, but my number one piece of advice, I'm going to give you a two-parter. One is those three things. If you believe, you work hard, and you smile, I really think you can do anything. And I had a line in one of my songs. I can't remember. I think it went... I wrote like that's why I don't wear chains and I don't do dance moves. So when you see me getting these dreams out on TV screens, you remember that I'm just like you. So I guess my biggest piece of advice is don't look at me as like a star or a celebrity. I'm just like you, and if I could go out here and live my dreams and make my dreams come true, take some from behind my eyes and put it in front of my eyes, then you definitely can too. Remember, my smiles don't result from good things, they result in good things. So I just want to say thank you again to Romeo, Saturday Night Online, and I really appreciate you guys having me on, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.